Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this right here. A long-awaited release that is the high-grade after-war Gundam Leopard. This particular Gundam, of course, is from After War Gundam X, retailing at 2,420 yen, or about $15 or 14 euro. I got mine right here from those awesome people over at Buy. There's a link down there in the description so you can too. Now let's wind back the clock and get this thing built. Alright, so jumping right on into the unboxing, and this right here is the box. So a very classic looking high-grade box, beautiful art of the Gundam Leopard in the back there with the Air Master to the left, and no Gundam X to be seen anywhere. Just flipping onto the sides to check out the various details. We've got a front and back image of the finished kit looking beautiful. Information about various elements about the Leopard right here, including opening hatches, wide range of motions, various gimmicks, sliding grenade launcher, and the arm can be stored inside of the arm Gatling. Some more information here on the various moving aspects, so it looks like we're going to be having some good articulation. Lots of missile pods in here, whether or not they're color accurate, we're about to find out. And flipping on around to the other side, we've got a little bit of information on the Gundam Leopard itself. As usual, you can pause the screen right here to read that if you want to. Alright, so on cracking it open, we have 1, 2, 3 bags of runners, an advertisement for the Gunpla official social media, which is Builder's Note, and of course, the manual. Front of the manual, your full information on the Gundam Leopard. Around on the back, we've got all the information about the various weapons and armaments. This is your usual kind of fold-out style manual, so not too difficult to build. And again, seeming like a simple high grade with only 6 runners. And speaking of which, we've got runner A, the multicolored runner with yellow, navy blue, clear orange, as well as red. So we do have some color separation, at least on those missile pods. I'm not sure if that is all the missiles, so I guess we will find out. Runner B1 and B2 are for the various inner frame elements. As you can see, they kind of overlap to some degree up here, but a lot of the parts are different, like down here for the main body. And we've got some nice molding for some of the various Gatling cannons. C1 and C2 in that leopard green, these two overlap ever so slightly, but just up at the top right here. So everything up here for the limbs is completely different per limb, torso looking good. And as you can see, that Gatling cannon is going to be absolutely massive. Also nice color separation on the parts for the head. Lastly then is runner D, which is all of the white parts. And the most interesting or detailed aspect on here is the little Gundam muzzle right here, but otherwise looking pretty good. Last up then, we do have a sheet of stickers. Not the worst by the looks of things. We don't have color separated eyes in here, as we just have a standard old school sticker, some sensors in orange and green, and some little detailed red sections. But again, I'm not seeing anything for on some missiles, so we'll see how things go. Alright, so jumping on to the build, and we're going to be starting off with the leg. Now I'm going to mention this straight away. There's a little bit of a section right here that just falls out on me all of the time, just like that. It doesn't hold in. It's meant to hold in with pressure, but it doesn't. So I'm just gonna have to thicken that little guy up. Anyway, overall nice colors on here. Great green, great white. We've got a double jointed bend at the knee, and the ankle moves just like so. So very, very nicely. There is no toe bend at the foot, which can be mildly disappointing to some. Anyway, as for the build, the foot builds up very simply. Attach this front segment in, and this part then just connects in from above. There you go, just a block foot, quite old school, but some decent color separation. You then move up to the knee joint, that is the cross section. As you can see, 2 joints inside, and then you just close that up like so. We've got a hatch in the rear of the knee. You throw in this navy blue section, and then you just grab the side of the leg. The knee pops in here. Ankle down here, that knee section right here with a bit of a moving element inside, followed by the other side of the leg. Rear thruster, upper leg armor, hip joint, ankle armor, and what actually makes the right leg different from the left leg, and that is popping this little section up here, which is a little almost holster or scabbard for the beam weapon, which we'll take a look at a little bit later on. Anyway, just pop on the foot down below like so, and there we go. There is the leg complete, making 2 of them. Next up then, here's the waist unit. It looks like this and can do stuff like this, this, and this. And by the way, I don't know what this, and this actually is yet because I'm voiceovering before building it, which is silly. So in here, the waist unit is a trio of ball joints, which is definitely a unique choice. Top part closes in like that, butt armor, front skirting armor, lock it in, front detail, yellow armor, and yellow armor. Actually, I don't know if that's meant to be armor or not. I know it's a leftover from the original Gundam design, but I've never known what it's really for. Anyway, finishing this off with side skirt and side skirt. Anyway, that right there is what it does look like once it is complete again. Ball joints? Interesting. Next up, moving on to the torso, it looks a little bit like this when it is finished. To start off, you need to build up the shoulder joints. These build up of 3 pieces each, quite detailed, quite small. These then slide on into the main part of the torso. Both sides, white chest section, into the green main body. Moving down to the waist, attach in this ball joint. This waist section, slide that into the body we've built. Oddly enough, you then jump to the backpack. You slide this section together. The other half looks a bit like this. The arm for attaching on the Gatling pops onto the backpack, and strangely enough, the manual tells you to attach this onto the back of the Gundam before attaching the back onto the Gundam, then slides across with this locking mechanism. Only then do you pop it onto the body we've already built, attaches nicely, and then its neck joint, Gatling, 2 chest segments that build up by attaching a joint onto the back, and yellow venting onto the front. And then these covers just pop on over the Gatlings like so. So you've got those nice opening sections that open just like that. Finally then, to finish it off, you pop the red section into the yellow section of the chest gem, and then that just pops nicely into the chest segment just like so for your finished unit. So next up in here is the arms. Now the build of these is completely different. As you can see, they are completely different arms. Only thing that's the same between the two is the elbow and the upper armor, as well as the hands, but everything else completely asymmetrical in the most fun possible way. This side doesn't do a whole lot, but this side right here of course has the opening hatch with all that beautiful color inside, as well as this moving shield up here and this sliding arm cannon section. As for the build, like I mentioned, these build up completely differently from each other. We've got a nice roundy arm with some roundy, or should I say curved, forearm armor, and then you build the upper section with what seems to be a sight section up on top. That's the left arm, very simple. The right arm has a whole lot more going on it. Instead of having curves, we've got very square forearm section. You build up the cannon onto it. This then holds on with a cuff section. You build up the various missile units for the shoulder. These look absolutely beautiful. There is a sticker for the sight. Bring in the armor from the back, and then just finish up the build just like so, and you end up with 2 arms that look great. So next up in here, we've got the head, and this right here is what it looks like complete. So again, definitely the soul brother of Gundam Heavyarms, because if I'm not mistaken, Heavyarms also has a red head with a white muzzle. But yeah, we've got some great color separation when it comes to the Vulcans in here. Sadly, the eyes are not color separated, it's just stickers. Same with the front head camera, nothing around back. And as for the build, you take the red inner section and you attach the Vulcans via this gray piece onto the back. Then you add on both sides of the armor in green like so. The muzzle attaches onto the front. I always put the stickers on after the muzzle, even though the instructions say to put it on beforehand, because it's easier to actually line it up with the muzzle than, you know, pop the muzzle on and realize your eyes are not lined up. Anyway, you build up the rest of the head like so, pop on the V-fin, and this is what we've got when it is complete. Very nice. I love this style of head with the white mouth and the rest of the head in the color of the Gundam. When it comes to the final assembly of the high-grade leopard ride here, I nearly called it the Leopard Da Vinci, it all attaches together very nicely. The hips at first did feel a little bit on the sus side because they kind of moved around while I was trying to attach them on, but once they're attached on, they attach on quite well, and these work out nicely. Waist, simple attachment, shoulders attach in the keyhole way, so upside down, then lock them by spinning them into position, and then the head just pops on perfect for this lovely all-plastic, no polycap build. So far, so good. So now jumping on into the equipment, and first off we've got the large Gatling gun. You start off by popping on this lens, attach this grey section in here, close it up, barrel onto the end, weave this on in here, get this attached into the big green section, opening hatch, which the arm slots into, and this bit attaches up top. This all then sandwiches. This then all sandwiches inside of this unit, yellow bit and cap, and then 2 of these sections like so. When it's complete then we've got a whole bunch of moving parts, so the barrel can spin like so. This section back here is a switch to open it. It's a little on the awkward side, there we go. And then this section here just pops open for the arm to attach into. So super nice design overall. Beam knife is just 2 parts, they attach together just like that. And finally then we do have another optional missile launcher. So you attach the nice, beautiful red missiles inside, then the top and bottom doors, sandwich on the other side, and then this is what we get. So the doors just open up like that. And to my surprise, yes, all of the missiles in this kit have been color accurate. So color me impressed. So anyway, that right there is it for the video, and that was the build of the high-grade Gundam Leopard from After War Gundam X. And so far, I have to say I am very, very impressed. This is a simple, high-grade kit when it does come to the actual build, but some of the actual gimmicks in this are very intricately done. All of the various opening hatches are beautiful. The color accuracy is insane when it does come to everything like the missiles inside, and overall when it does come to the structural integrity, I've been posting it a little bit. I have had one hip pop a couple of times, and maybe user error, not sure just yet, but everything about it is great. Even trying out the big Gatling is very nice. You can seamlessly get it onto the arm, but I do recommend taking the cannon off to put it on the arm, not to stress anything out. The shoulder joints are amazing, and there's a lot of awesome things about this. Makes the rest of the After War line look a little bit, well, dated in comparison. Anyway, as always, if you have any questions for the full review, drop them down there in the comments. I'll get to them in that video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I got mine here off by, link in the description, and I'll see you next time. It's the end of the video, so that means it's time to thank all of those awesome people that support me on the channel memberships as well as over on Patreon, including Stephen Collier, Izzy's Jim, Christopher Hamzy, Dismaz, Caleb Engelhardt, Joe, RG95061, Scotty Thomas, Van Fon, Stephen Collier again, and gunpla.deals.